Well, so we have to discuss the social development fund, the skills development fund, I beg your pardon. And it's a phase that has ended in one bit, and we have the next phase. In all, we've had a disbursement of some 50 million US dollars, we're told, and it's been disbursed to support some 630 grantees. But in all, it's resulted in the creation of over 100,000 jobs. Down the chain for many of those businesses also, we've had a lot more people employed in some relevant sectors. And we have Ebenezer Atto Simpson, who is the fund manager for the Skills Development Fund. And Atto, thanks for joining me.
Welcome.
Okay. Now, basically, what covered the first phase? What did it entail?
Well, the first phase offered grants, as you said, to train about 100,000 employees of companies across the various sectors. The objective of SDF, as you're probably aware, is to ensure that the business sector has skill sets that are able to push these businesses to levels of competitiveness, so that as a country we can compete with global inputs and so on and so forth. Now, we notice that in the agribusiness sector, we're not as productive. You know, our crop yields are very low, farm inputs prices are also quite high. So SDF's objective now is to ensure that on the one hand, the skill set that the farmers have is enhanced, that they also have technologies to ensure that their yields improve. Next comes access to markets. If the yields are higher, they could access better markets with lower prices. That also comes along with opportunities to expand. So they can go to the banks and get credit to expand their throughput. Then they can employ more people. And as the economy grows and thrives, government can also get some taxes. So it's designed to boost our economy.
I see. And what kind of businesses usually are targeted?
For phase 2, we are looking at businesses in agribusiness, agro-processing, renewable energy. Because these are the sectors that we believe that the returns on investment are very high.
And they have to be local or both international and local?
They are local companies. They could be very small business, micro businesses, small businesses, and medium enterprises. They are all welcome.
So, for example, my company can also apply once I fall in the relevant sectors of agribusiness, renewable energy, and others. You know.
And others. The thing is that if the other enterprise in those other sectors present a very good case for support, we will look at them.
I see. Very interesting as it is. But what type of grants are given? In what sizes or tranches are they? And how do you qualify per se?
Well, we have the formal sector training grants, which are offered to formal sector businesses, medium enterprises, for example. And the maximum there is 400,000 Ghana cedis. These go to train the staff of these enterprises in skill sets that the enterprises require to become competitive. Then we also have grants going for the micro enterprises. They would normally come in groups of 10, 20, 30 to access similar services for their own growth. Maximum is 80,000 Ghana cedis. On the other hand, we also have need for new innovative training content, which current businesses don't have. So sometimes they send their staff abroad to train in England, Australia, and others. It's expensive. So we are offering grants to training institutions to dialogue with the business sector, understand what their training needs are, and then develop innovative content and offer same to these businesses. So we are offering 500,000 Ghana cedis maximum to develop this content and to offer. The last window is, we also noticed that several businesses are doing well, all right, they're productive, but the management structure is quite not helping them to see profit. So the fourth grant is designed to offer coaching support to these businesses so that they can understand how to work as a team, how to manage their staff, and so on and so forth, to ensure that the productive ventures are actually giving them more money.
So it means they are giving some kind of technical support in a way?
They are, in a way.
Which, of course, is the grant?
It's a grant. Normally, these businesses would go and determine for themselves which training institutions are best able to offer this support to them. And we only come here and verify, and then we pay for these services.
But since it's a grant, how do these companies also contribute to the project cost, or do they even contribute to it?
Well, to ensure that these companies also are interested in the project outcomes, we require that they also make a contribution.
Okay.
For the formal sectors, if the cost of the entire project is, say, 10,000 Ghana cedis, we pay 6,000 and they pay 4,000. It used to be we paying 8,000, they paying 2,000. But we are now graduating, requiring of them to pay more and more of the cost of the project because it has proven to be working very well. For example, if you go to Eastern region, Gold Coast Fruits, they used to do 20 tons per hectare of pineapples. Now they are doing 80 tons. It's quadrupled the yield because of the support they got from SDF. So we are showing the whole country that skills training works. And so we are only coming to support them. And they should also make a contribution to ensure that they get a benefit from this project.
Usually such grants or such schemes, if they want to give out money, is a lot more difficult. You have to go through a rigorous process. And we know that the ordinary small business units or enterprise doesn't have the right caliber of staff or framework or structures in such a way because they are just a startup.
Well, on the contrary, in the past phase we did, of the 630 grants, about 560 were small businesses. So we offer them support. We have trained intermediaries who are available to support them, hold their hands to think through their problems and to apply. Our focus really is on the small business sector. That is where job creation has potential. That's where productivity could actually be enhanced. And for the medium enterprises, they can be on their own. They can do the application by themselves.
I see. Very interesting as it is. So if a company wants to apply, how do they go about?
We encourage them to first go to our website, www.sdfghana.org. That's where all the information, in fact, the application tool is there. They go there, they register and get into the application form, and they fill it online, attach a few documents as required, and submit. We open this window on the 18th of January. It's ending on the 8th of February, 3 weeks, after which we shut the window and we begin our processing.
Okay, very interesting. And before you apply, at least you need to be in some state, or perhaps you need to put your house in order, as we call it in the politically correct terms.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, the business has to have a skills need. There has to be an obvious need for skills enhancement for the staff. If that is present, the company should be registered for a year or more. If that is okay, then that's okay. Nothing else is needed. If the house is not in order, you will support them, hold their hands to do it right.
And after you go through this process of now knowing that you're in good stead, as in my terms, and you've gone through the process of application, what happens next?
Well, they apply and we take our time to evaluate these applications that will have come through. The next process is to shortlist perhaps about 200 applications, invite the owners and train them to now properly apply. So this is a concept note. The application comes next. After that, you see, we go and visit them at their workplaces to ensure that the companies exist. A couple of years ago, there was a fund that worked in Ghana, and the auditing showed that a third of all the grantees didn't exist. A third. They were ghost grantees. So for SDF, we go and for every single grantee, we know where they are, that they are there, that they have so many staff as they claim, that the difficulties they proposed are also there. After that, we give the proposals to technical experts to look at them and to score them. When everything is fine, we send them to a committee of 9 members. They would meet over every proposal and make a decision. Those that are approved are given a grant in tranches. Those that are rejected, then, well, tough luck. They have to come back again. So it's a very robust, very ruthless process, very difficult, but it's worthwhile that those that eventually get a grant see the results afterward.
And how many years does it take before you are given a grant?
It takes about 4 months maximum. Okay, so now we've launched.
While you go through all these procedures?
Yes, in about 4 months, the first grants are out. You know, so it doesn't take a whole year, no, about 4 months.
SDF, you're doing good work. Where's the money coming from?
From the Danish government now. It used to be from the World Bank and Danida in the first phase. The Danish government felt that we've done a good job, so they have $40 million more in. The World Bank would join sometime this year, and other DPs will join along the line. What we need to do is to give evidence that it's working, and they will be interested in supporting.
Okay. That is if they want to, because I know that there's already been all the indications from the Danish government that they want to stop all these kind of multilateral funding To Ghana especially because of our status by 2020.
That's true, that's true. But until then, a few other donor partners are coming on board. The thing is, they still invest money somehow in the country. So how best to do that than to support the business sector who are showing evidence of good use of the money and showing results.
Fantastic. It's been a great conversation with you, though. But I have two more questions, and I'll let you go at all.
Sure.
So you've disbursed 50 million so far, we're told,
right.
and this is the second phase. So for the beneficiaries, what do you do after jumping on to the next phase? How do they keep in touch with the fund, making sure the money you gave was still in good hands or use?
We actually do monitor. Every single month we go to visit them to ensure that what they said they would do, they are doing. Every single month. If something is going wrong, we spot it early enough and we correct it. So that's how we monitor it. When the project is completed, there are outcomes that they propose to achieve. Have they achieved them? If they haven't, you can learn some lessons from them and move on. But by far, the majority of those we have supported in the first phase have been fantastic. The results have been good. We created about 13,000 jobs.
You did?
In the past 5 years, yes.
30,000?
13,000.
Direct jobs?
Direct jobs, So it's working, and we're just trusting that all the other ones that are going to apply for phase 2 continue to work hard with us and bear with us. We're fairly strict with our monitoring and to ensure that the results come through for our mutual benefit.
Great conversation with you. I hope to have you again sometime. I'm sure that we can do good work with some of the things that you do. So my business also can apply.
You can apply.
What if it doesn't fall within those categories?
Make a very good case and apply.
Yeah, because my business is in the water and sanitation sector.
I see.
Okay, it's not lobbying though. It's just by the side.
That's
Ebenezer Atto Simpson. He is the fund manager for the Skills Development Fund. And you wanted to add something?
Yes, just the deadline for applying for SAF is ending on the 8th of February. I want to emphasize that. After that, it's shut until next September. So all those who want to apply should do that now.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay. And we're taking a break. When we come back, we have great discussions to have, but we'll give you some tips on how to wash your hands. Mama V tested me to see whether I could wash my hands. Well, I thought I knew. She said I was wrong, but I'll get to learn all that in her segment. But thereafter, we're discussing the Black Stars. They are playing their Cameroonian counterparts this evening. What do you think would be their chances? But beyond what you think are also the thoughts of the pundits, of those who specialize in sports and football, and they will be here in the studio to have great conversation with Mama Viosu Abuaje. All next. Do stay on.